Hello, and today we're going to focus on the PhotoBiz Marketing piece of the platform. So the marketing tool is going to give you a lot of functionality for sending email campaigns, creating email automations, pop-ups and sticky banners, and you also can create landing pages with the email campaigns that you design. So when you get started, you'll start over here, you'll click on marketing in the left-hand menu, and this is where you land at. You'll have the option to see the categories here for email campaigns, but here at the top you can toggle through different ones. You can see email automations. This is where you can program reminders based on certain products. So for client galleries, you'll be able to create email automations that send out for events. So, let's take a look at this one. Basically what it'll do is it'll send out reminders for those specific clients once they set up the account, and once you turn on this automation, this will send out to those clients. So 3 days after a new account is created, an email will be sent to them, and then all the way through expirations and event reminders, abandoned cart notices. This is what this system does, and you can see that it works for client galleries, the scheduler. So when it's telling them about appointments or reminding them of an event after an appointment, like hey, if they want to reschedule or something like that, you can put that in there. And for invoicing, so if they're doing anything with taking payments, you can have a series that's reminding them about the invoice that's due, and when it's past due date and when the invoice has been paid, you can put a custom message there. Next, up in the top menu, you have Pop-Up Builder. This is where you'll be able to create unique pop-ups that will market your services or anything that you're trying to do, like a newsletter or anything like that. Get those people through your lead gen funnels this way. You create these pop-ups here. This is also where you'll be also able to design sticky banners. So if you have any long-term promotions that you're advertising on your website, this is where you'll be able to market that and design them here. In the tracking section, this is where you'll be able to track how these campaigns are going. So you'll be able to see how people are opening them, clicking on them, unsubscribing from them from here. You also have the same type of data stored here for email automations, how many people have unsubscribed, bounce data, and pop-ups, how people are utilizing the pop-ups on your website. So this is where all this information is stored, and you can start setting them up right now. So when you get the email campaigns, you'll see you have the ability to create new categories, and you can just create a new one, or you can just start one right here and there. When you want to start a new one, click on New, and you can choose from a simple blank one, start from scratch, or you can have something that's pre-built. So if you see that we have these designs that are ready to go that you can modify however you want to, you can take a look at the sample. So if you want to see what this Splash into Savings one looks like, this is what it looks like. Your logo will automatically replace if you've uploaded in the branding section. Your logo will be placed here. Then there's a graphic here that you can remove and add your own custom graphic, and there's custom text here that you can modify and change as well as the colors. So if this wants to, not your branding colors, maybe you want to change it, you can modify it here as well. You can go through and just kind of sample them all. So maybe you're doing something for mini sessions. Here's another one that is designed for mini sessions that you can modify quickly, add in your own custom design images and information, and put it where you want the link to go with the button. So I like the way this one's designed. So let's go ahead and start with this one. I'm going to click select. And you can see that my logo has automatically populated here. And we can kind of look and see what it looks like. Here it is, ready to go. So what will we do next? We would probably change out the image to reflect our own images. So if you have something custom, you can just put it in here. If you have an image that you want to upload, you can just click on the block. You can then either grab an image from a URL, and you can make that image linked. You can then also upload an image directly in here. So if you want to upload an image directly from your desktop, you can. Or if you've uploaded images in the file section over here, this is our clipboard area. You can then add them directly in here. You can see the images here from our clipboard. So what if I wanted to replace something from our clipboard? I would definitely choose something like that. So maybe I'm going to choose this image here. I'm going to insert it instead. And now when we go back, you can see there's the image. It's been loaded in there, and here's what it looks like when we refresh. Now it's populated with our own. So this is nice. So we want to make this go somewhere, specific, maybe a booking page or something like that. You could add a custom URL that when people click on it, it'll go directly there. Then you can modify, any of the text here. Since we're doing something about mini sessions, I'm going to keep this here. Sessions are filling up fast. I like this information. It's nice. Next would be just adding it to a page that you're going to. So you can see that you have the Book Today button. You can modify the colors for the buttons. You can also modify the colors for any other banners with accent colors and things like that. And when we go over here, I want it to link to a specific page. So maybe this booking page, we want to link to there. We could definitely take it from there. We can take it from this one, or we can just send it to a gallery or something like that. Maybe I'm just going to send it to a senior gallery. So what I would do is I would just copy the link here, and then when we go back to our marketing campaign, I'm going to add it to this image because I want people to be able to click on the image and go somewhere. And I would add it to our button. So now when we click, they could click on this image and it'll take them directly to the page that you're working on, that you have designed for them as an opportunity. So if it's a booking page or anything like that, a form on that page, this is where they'll go to next. And the same thing with the button, it'll drive them directly there as well. But what if I want to customize the colors? Well, let's go ahead and make those changes. We'll go back. You'll see that you have the option to load in custom titles, text, anything else right here. If you want to add more buttons, you can. You can add more text if you need to. And all this again is drag and drop, so you can just drag this in any order that you're looking for. You can add your own social media links here as well if you need to. So all this is customizable. Now let's customize the actual colors and stuff. You'll click on the paintbrush here in the top right. Here you can change how the buttons look, so maybe you want a ghost look instead. You can do that, or the original rounded buttons, or a flat square. You can also change how the social media icons appear. Maybe you want them fully colored. You can have them as a light gray, dark, minimal with no blocking around it, minimal dark, minimal light, circles, and different options for those circles. You can also have a border around the actual email design itself if you like as well. You can just click on it, which one you're looking for. Maybe we'll choose a thin. And then you have the custom colors. You can keep the colors as is, or you can modify them how you want. So maybe since we're going for something a little bit more summery, maybe I want a little bit more of this teal green in there, and maybe I'll just shift it just a little bit to more of an aqua color. And then you can change the border color. If you want to keep it white, let's see what that looks like. You can keep the text color, whatever you're looking for, and any other accent colors. Since we're going for more of an aqua color, I'm just going to shift it a little bit down, and maybe just make this a little bit darker so it pops out a little bit different with that text on top of it. So now we got this all. Let's see what it looks like when we make these changes. Now this is what we got now. We're just going to shift it. We're going to hit refresh, and boom, there we go. You can see that border's come around it. And you can customize that border if you want to more, so it pops out even more. So maybe we want the border to have just a little bit more color on it. Maybe it's got a different shade of aqua. There we go. You can see that's created like a trim around it. Looks very nice. And you keep modifying these colors as you go. You can also do some other tricks. You go back here. You can see there's other options here. If you want to modify anything here in the footer, add more options, you can. You can click on the paintbrush. You can change the ghost again. Let's see what that looks like. You want the button to be more like that, you can. Or if you want it more circle, more rounded edges, you can add it that way as well. So you can customize these emails however you like. Once you get a design that you really enjoy, then you're ready to release it to the world. And this is going to look fantastic because this is designed to look responsive on, inside of an email if you're looking on desktop or on your phone. So it's going to look beautiful no matter where it goes. Now we're ready to send it. So you have a couple options. You can go over here, click share. Now you can share this page as a landing page, not just an email if you want to. So you can just copy this. You can embed it somewhere if you need to. You can email directly to a single person if you like with a custom message. You can use this as a blog post if you want to as well. You can copy this information and publish it as a blog post. You can also share through your social media channels, through Facebook, Twitter, or Pinterest, directly from here. And you can always just copy this and paste it anywhere you like on any of your channels. That way it's driving people directly to that landing page. When you're ready to send it, click send. Now, you'll have to make sure that you have contacts in your CRM area. You'll go to here. You want to make sure that you have imported some. I'm just going to add a couple real quick so we can see what that looks like. Just going to add someone to our list. That way we have at least their email, right? Okay, and you can also see if they're a customer or not. We're going to create this contact. One other thing we're going to do is we're going to add a tag. And we're going to show the reason why in a moment, but we're just going to say they signed up for seniors. They're into seniors photos. Maybe they filled out a form on our website that was tagged with seniors. We're just going to have that there. And that's going to come in handy when we're doing remarketing to specific customer types. Okay, now you can see we have one contact in our contact list. Now you can upload up to 5,000 in your CRM at a time, but you can have unlimited amount of contacts. You can tag them on the way in. That way you get specific contacts for specific types of customers. So if you're importing from a specific CRM or another third party into our system, you can tag them on the way in. That way you know that these are just wedding specific clients, these are newborn specific clients, etc. That way you know how to remarket to those customers so not everyone's getting the same email, only specific clients, and I'll make it better for targeting purposes. You can also select by type. So if you know you're sending it to customers or to your leads or vendors, you can create that email type there, or you can choose by tag. Since we had someone fill out something on our website for seniors, I'm going to send it to the seniors. Or you can add a custom one. You can send it directly to a specific person in here if you like as well. Now when you choose this option, you'll have the ability to tag them on the way out when you're about to send it. So this is nice too, so you can kind of create lists as you go if there's specific people that you're trying to add to a new filtered list. Now, before you send it, you can always email and test send this to yourself. So I'm just going to send it to myself so we can see what it looks like, because we want to make sure that it looks good for us. Now it's going to send an email to me. So this is what that email test looks like that we just sent to ourselves. Looks good. It's performing the way I wanted it to. And we will make sure that the buttons work. And it sends them exactly to where we want them to go. Fantastic. This email is ready to go. So, always test it before you send, because you want to make sure all the links are working properly, that the image are loading properly, and it just looks good. You can also check it out on your phone while you're at it, based on that email that you just sent to yourself. All right. Now that we're going to send it to our customers, go ahead and hit continue. Now, if this is your first time, you have to make sure that your account's been verified through our team. This is so we protect ourselves from people utilizing it for spam purposes or nefarious reasons. But once you're set up properly, you're good to go. You can change right here who the sender's info is, your name. So if you're doing something from your studio, you can just call it Jane Doe Studios. And from email address. So where do you want the reply to when someone replies to it to send to? You can send it directly to the one that's on file or send it to someone else. And the email subject, what do you want it to say? So this is about mini sessions, so we want to put something here about mini sessions. So, got that. Got our subject in there. And then when you're ready, you'll hit confirm. And then this button, instead of saying account verified, it'll say send. And when you click send, it'll send it to those users. And then you'll have the ability to track that data. It'll have this information. You'll see the campaign run underneath here, and you'll be able to see how that campaign is actually running for you. How many people are opening it, how many people are clicking on the actual links, and are the emails being unsubscribed to, which means people are no longer interested and they jumped out of your email list, or bouncing. Now, bouncing is a little gray because people don't quite understand what that means, but a bounced email typically means it was a bad email send. Like it sent to this email, their inbox is full, or they put down the wrong number, or this user just never really opens up emails, so the Google systems and other email systems have decided that this is just a bad email to send stuff to because it just kind of gets filtered to spam. So that's how that information is tracked. You'll be able to run that search and you'll be able to see those results there. Next, you have the ability to set up email automations. Now, email automations are tied to client galleries, scheduler, and invoicing at the time. Again, you can make those modifications here. If you want to create a new series, you can. So for our client galleries, you can see what's available. We have 2 presets already ready for you to turn on whenever you like. But if you want to create a new email series, click here. You'll also be able to see the options. So if I'm going to have one that's just for the event itself, you can have one here. If you want to have cart reminders, or you can build a custom series of your choosing. I'm just going to click on the client gallery, events, and cart reminders. Here you can see the types of settings that are available. So maybe this one is going to be for weddings. So if you have something for weddings, you can have that cart reminder, or something for seniors as well. There we go. And then you can see through all the email types that are available. Now, when you click on this, keep this message broad. This will go out to every client that uses this email automation. So whatever you assign it to client gallery wise, this is the message that all those types of clients will get. So don't make it say like, hey Bob, or hey Jane. Just keep it very broad and open. Just say thank you. Now this information below is tied specifically to that gallery. So that gallery is going to get, they're going to see their image here, their password and name here. All that will be displayed here. So this is uniquely tied to that user. This is more broad information. This is more specific, unique information to that client. You can always edit the message if you like to by clicking here. You can see when this is triggered. You can modify the trigger dates before the event, after the event, after the event's creation, after a new account is created, after a cart was saved, after favorite selections began, after favorites have been sent to the photographer. So you can choose when things are sent. Then you can schedule it. You can send immediately after the account is created, or you can choose specific days, or weeks, or months. And if this email is set to active or not. We're going to go ahead and activate it. And again, you can run tests and see what this looks like if you want to. Hit Save Changes. Then you can modify the content in here. So maybe you want the subject to say something else. And then you can modify the context inside the message itself if you want. Whatever you're looking for, you can modify it here. Thank you for creating an account to view your photo gallery. So maybe I just wanted to say your photos. So now you can see the modifications made over here. Here's your gallery, and we made a slight change. The recipient types, again, this will be included to all visitors, but you can also choose types. If you want these emails to trigger out to visitors who have downloaded images, visitors who have never sent favors to the photographer, visitors who, with items in the cart, visitors who have previously purchased from an event. You can also exclude the same types, but we're going to keep these settings as are. Okay. Now, you can modify any of these emails in there. You can also create new ones. So you can see that different types are available. Event expiring reminders, event visitor messages, mobile app links. So if you want to send a link to their mobile app, a favorites reminder, abandoned cart notice, expired event, and general message. With the general message, you can make this do anything you want. You can say anything that you like in there. What's nice about it is you can also set it up before or after the event. If you select after the event, you can create customizations, such as maybe you want something to trigger out maybe 6 months from now. After this client gallery has closed, you can send a follow-up saying, hey, I hope you thought those images were great. Would you like to please leave me a testimonial or something of that nature? You can choose your date and time for any of those things. So I'm just going to choose after 2 weeks, an email is going to be created. And you can see that's populated here. Now we'll modify the content of that. And then you can modify it here. And then you can have this custom button go anywhere you like. And then to the link that you want it to go to. Now, this message, whatever created, you can be as verbose as you like, all those details in there, and then you can have the link go specifically somewhere you want to. So we want them to like their photos. We want to hope they enjoy them. Would they please leave a review, and then click, and you can make a trigger to go to your Google review or anywhere specific that you're looking for. For other email automations, such as a scheduler, you can see there's different ones here available as well. This one will be about reminders about the appointment coming up. They'll show it in the service state, and those are customized unique fields as well. So you can see you can have this here as well. And for invoicing, you can see when a payment is due, it'll be tied uniquely to that invoice number, the amount total due, and the due date. This is all the unique area where they'll be able to click in and trigger and make those payments, where you can have this, again, a broad message. Once you have the settings that you like, you can modify any of these series however you want to. Again, you can add a new series type for each individual type of series reminders. And then you can create and customize your own, whatever you want them to be. So they can be uniquely for, these are for my wedding type customers. I'm going to activate this type of reminder on this type of client gallery. So if we're looking at something in our client galleries, we'll go over here. You can then click on the event that you're working on, and then you can see email automations. Now this will turn into, once it's verified, a toggled option, but you can see which email series you'd like to tie it to. You can also do this in the scheduler and invoicing, so all these automations are always tied to specific types of gallery events or types of events or consultations or invoices. Email automations are really simple to set up once you get them done. Next, let's go to the pop-up builder. The pop-up builder gives you a unique way to advertise on your website by creating your own types of pop-ups. So if you're trying to get newsletters or you're trying to promote a sale, this is a great tool to use. Let's take a look at the pop-ups. Click on New Pop-up, and you'll see you have the ability to create promotional bars that are sticky to the website, so you can have them stick to the top or bottom. Or you can have an actual pop-up window. These pop-up windows are great, so if you're trying to have anyone subscribe to something or you're trying to create a promotion, this is where they'll stick out. You can also have videos pop up in these as well, and other announcement types that you're trying to do. You can also have forms inside of each of these as well, so if you're trying to do anything with forms and collecting data, this can be also done in the pop-ups. So let's just click on something simple. Let's do a welcome sign up. You can see here that it's going to put the information in there. Now we just need to tie it to a form. You can click on the edit, and here you can change the title, anything like that. You can change the description, add a disclaimer if you want them to know any disclaimer information. You can modify the image here. Again, you can upload your own, choose from the stock library or our clipboard. Since we're doing something with seniors, I'm just going to click on this one. There we go. Then you can choose to add a form. You can choose from your contact forms. I'm just going to have a subscribe one because we want it nice and short. You can see it's a little too long. Let's edit it. I'm going to remove this text because I don't want it for my subscription. And we don't need this. We can also customize that tag like we did earlier. I'm going to have this for senior newsletter. Now, when we go back to marketing, you can see here it is. Now, when people fill it out, they'll get this nice little description saying, thanks for signing up. You can also stylize it. Where would you like it to pop up? Choose the location of it. And if you want to overlay color. The overlay color will darken the screen, but the pop-up will stay visible. So it's up to you if you want that to be apparent or not. Some people like it, some people don't. It's up to you. But it'll darken the screen a little bit, but the pop-up will be nice and saturated, so it sticks out. So you can choose where the pop-up is popping up. I'm going to choose something that's new and popular lately, is making it pop up in the bottom right. You can customize the colors. So if there's anything you want to do modify-wise, you can change that here. So maybe we want the content background to have more of that aqua color that we were playing with earlier. You can make those customizations here, however you want to. So you got something like this. Now this is ready to go. You can also change the titles and content fonts whenever you like if there's a style you're going for. So maybe you're trying to do something with a more scripted title. You can go up here, go to handwritten, and see if there's something there if you want to do something a little bit more playful. Something like homemade apple. But remember, sometimes those fonts are really big. There we go. I like permanent marker. I think that looks really nice. Now, we got this pop-up ready to go. We'll click on publish. And this is where you can change it to whatever the title you'd like it to be. We're just going to call it Senior Newsletter. Then you can choose how it's displayed. If you want to have it on a website, you can choose all pages or a specific page. You can have this trigger only on a specific page when people are going through your website. So if there's like a promotion that you're doing, maybe when they're looking at your galleries, you can have it where it only triggers on that page versus all pages. So it's really up to you if you want pop-ups to display everywhere or just a single location. You can also turn it off to not display. We're going to keep it on all pages for now. Then you also have the ability to display in client galleries. So maybe if you have a walkthrough video of how to purchase from their galleries, you can have that here. So you can turn that on or keep it on, do not display at all. When to show. Now this is going to let you know when your pop-up is supposed to pop up. So we always recommend 5 seconds or more because data has shown that people will actually click away from a pop-up if it pops up immediately. But 5 seconds is not as long as you think, so don't worry if you're worried about how long it takes. Just kind of make it rewarding. Also, data has proven that the longer a pop-up waits, the more rewarding it can feel for a customer, especially when it does something with sales or anything like that. So if you're running like a 20% off coupon on a gallery page, someone who's looking at your galleries, they see that, they're like, oh, I'll sign up for the newsletter so I can save 20% when I sign up. Those are types of things that you can help create better funnels for yourself. I'm just going to set it to 5 seconds now, and then you can modify the frequency. How often will this pop-up show for that user? So once, only ever, every day. So if they come to your website once a day, it'll appear. Once a week for every 7 days, or once a month. And then you can also choose when it's published. We're going to choose today, and when it'll expire, a month from now. That sounds fine to me, but you can go into the future however far you want to. Let's go ahead and hit publish. Now, let's go to our website and see what it looks like when it's popped up. We're going to go ahead. We're going to look at our website. And there's that pop-up. 5 seconds didn't take too long, right? Yes, sign me up. Thank you. So now they've been collected in our CRM once they sign up for that. And they won't get that pop-up again until after the data clears from their cache. But that's how we set up a pop-up. How do we do a sticky banner? Well, let's go there again. Now I'm just going to create a new category. We're just going to call it promotional banners. Click on this pencil. Okay, and then we're going to click on new pop-up. Then we'll select a promotional banner. Now you can choose if you want one to start at the top or bottom. It's really up to you. You can choose whatever direction it is. I'm going to choose today only. It's got that nice marker font again and a learn more button here. But you can edit and modify these however you want to. So maybe we're doing mini sessions booking now. Hurry, only 2 spots left. Then you can link it to where you want it to go to. We're just going to send them to our gallery page for seniors and hit save changes. You can also modify the button. You can also add another button if you want to as well, if you have multiple destinations. So we're just going to send them to our seniors page again. Styling, this is where you get to choose if it's on top or bottom. Only choose top if you really wanted to get in front of clients' faces right away. But please remember, the type of menu you might have, it might actually distract from that and make the navigation not visible to that user till they hit X. If you want it at the bottom, it's there, but it's not taking up their visual space. It's just there. It's really nice if you want to catch their eye without them knowing about it right away. So it depends on where you want to go. We're just going to keep it on bottom now, and you can see what it looks like up top at the end. You can also modify the colors here. So if I wanted to add more of that aqua color, we could do that. We can also change other things in this section as well. I'm going to make the contents there. I'm going to keep the icon black. And when we hit this, you'll be able to see what it looks like. Oh yeah, that's looking wonderful. Again, you can modify your fonts if you'd like to here. And if you want to add a background texture. So you can upload your own custom background. You can have no background, just utilize color. And for these geometrics, you can actually utilize some shapes and stuff here. So if you want to have a little texture on it, you could do something with maybe like these gold lines. You could have something like that if you're looking to do something unique with it. I'm just going to set it back to the solid because I really like how this looks. Then you can edit and hit publish. We're going to call this our mini session. And again, you can choose where it's displayed at. Maybe it's only going to be on specific pages. You can have it on all pages, but we just want this on our home page. We want people who are coming to our home page will be able to see this. And then you can also choose if it's in client galleries and the frequency level again, and the publish and expiration date. We're going to go ahead and hit publish. So when we go back to that page, I'm going to hit refresh. You see it doesn't display here because we only have it displayed on our home page. When I click on home page, there it is down at the bottom. Looks great. And then you can click here and go to that section. Now, let's see what it looks like if we republish this. I'm going to hit republish. And now, here it is at the top. And it's way more apparent because you're already scanning the page, so you see it right here at the top. And with this left side menu, it doesn't take away from the actual menu items, just the logos not visible. So it actually looks really good in this design. And then when you click on it, it'll take them right to where you want them to go. So that's how these banners work. This is how pop-ups work. So now you have all these visual aspects built in for your marketing funnels. So you're driving them directly where you want them to go. And that's how the marketing tool works. Again, you can track all this data directly in here. Once you have everything set up, you'll be able to see how people are choosing your pop-ups, how they're selecting this information, and how it's running. Here's some data. You can see that this has been viewed once, been clicked once, and closed. You can also see the mini session banner has been viewed 7 times, but hasn't been clicked yet. So you can see all the data directly in here for each specific item, and that goes for email campaigns, automations, and pop-ups. You can also see that data stored here in the contact section. So if they filled out anything here, you can also see those reminders for here, email automations, if they've done anything directly in here. And all those campaign data is stored here as well, such as client galleries. Now, you can see all this information is here. And we had someone sign up for something. So when they signed up for that senior newsletter. So now they're tied here. So now if I ever wanted to send an email campaign to people who signed up for my newsletter, I can again go back to the email campaign, choose that one, click send. You can see I have 2 total contacts. And I'm just going to send it to senior newsletter versus seniors. But I could send it to both if I like to as well. That's the nice thing about the tagging system. But that's it. Email campaigns are super easy to set up. And with the PhotoBiz platform, you can do everything directly from here. Remember, you can send up to 10,000 emails a month with our platform. So get ready to send out and remarket to your customers using landing page functionality, using the email marketing campaigns, the email automations, the pop-ups, and the promotional sticky banners. Very robust tools directly right here, native to the platform itself. I hope this was helpful. Hope this demo explained everything. And if you have any questions or comments, please reach out to our team. We'll be happy to help you anytime. All you have to do is click over here in the tiny corner, this blue icon. You can live chat with our team, or you can learn more about a product with the PhotoBiz Assistants, and it'll help you walk through setting it up. Also, don't forget, you can give us a call anytime. Thank you and have a great day.